Not sure how well you can see me. Going on a little bit of a road trip this weekend. Just get my bag open. Yeah, I meant to set out as soon as I got off work on Friday morning. Apparently motels cost a lot of money and they'll charge you twice that just to book, so turn on the light so you can see me. Hi. Another road beer here. So, gonna try and head down the Mississippi. It's about the 3-year anniversary of me signing up for the Army. I kind of want to go on a little bit of a nostalgia trip. And since this was originally supposed to take 3 days instead of 2, or 1.5, because it's really it's just after 04, but you know, daylight savings time says it's after 3, so talk about getting a late start. So I'm gonna try and navigate my way, not along my old route because that route was stupid. I'm gonna try and navigate my way down to Mississippi and head along it. We'll see a couple of fun sights that I also saw during my little homeless sojourn. So I'll see you at sunrise in a couple hours, I guess. Hopefully the camera will be somewhat more level at that point. Assuming I don't get too drunk and crash the car. Yeah, I forgot to go ahead and put this out there. I don't listen to the radio between mid-November and January because I fucking hate Christmas music. So right now I'm just listening to cassette tapes, and the only cassette tape I remember to bring is old Yugoslavian rock and roll. So let's go ahead and listen to that. We probably won the Cold War purely because our rock and roll was better than their rock and roll. No other reason. Yeah, I think these are roads. Part of the band name is shoot, what? Let's look at the tape again. Sarajevo, yeah, they're the Sarajevo somethings. So yeah, I will say I hate Muslims, but music isn't bad. Let's see what's on next. Oh yeah, this is an absolute banger. One thing you forget as you look back on your past is most of traveling is just travel. You don't think, I'm going to retrace my steps that led me to joining the Army because I want to not be homeless in December anymore. You don't think, well, that entails a couple hours of driving. Mississippi's an hour away, boys. Let's fucking crank it. Oh yeah, good news is, again, it's now 3:30. so the highway's empty. Should be great news if I wasn't driving a monster from the 90s, which tops out like 55. Oh, man. Anyway. Mississippi River, here I come. Righto, first fuel stop of the night. Oh. As I get out, you may also notice that I'm dressed like a completely fucking autistic person. But, it's because we're going for historical accuracy. Because remember, actually more than anything else, it's because it's cold and I like big pockets, but it's also because we're out here celebrating the where's the inside. Yeah, well, anyway, the important thing is, I was hoping to stop for food as well as fuel, but apparently no one else is awake at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. going by. Fuck. Alright, hold on. Right, so. Welcome to the Mississippi River. Oh. As long as we were here, I figured I'd go ahead and visit the place where I was born. Always fun to do that, right? And here we are. Right? Hold on. Right here. Actually, right about, like, there, yes. Of course, at the time there was actually a hospital here. They've since torn it down and built a strip mall. But yeah, Wogat Hudson. I also stopped because I do need to use the bathroom, and at 4:30 regular people time, apparently still nothing open. So, I don't know. Brought my cell phone with me, so maybe we'll go ahead and see what all is open, because I could also do some breakfast. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I was kind of like coming here. You know, while we're here, we can also kind of take a look at the house where I spent the first couple of years of my life. That also hasn't been torn down. Funny story, you know, I'm about to fall asleep, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go on a little walk before I get back in the car. But I'm done with that, things will start to open up. Whew. It's cold out here. Yeah, I got like 3 feet, and so I had to turn back and grab the camera. You know, I may not make it to Dubuque, which would be a real shame, but it might just take too damn long. So, figured I may as well take a walk down by the river here. Sorry about the shivering. I don't do well with cold. Still a concern, even though I've gone ahead and worn my trench coat and desert fedora. You know, get that on film forever. Yeah, well, whew. It's like the first night it's actually been below freezing this year, which is crazy. It's mid-December. Let's see. Let's go and make a beeline straight for my first childhood memory. Whew. So, the place we're in is called Hudson. It's a city on the fuck, what is it? Mississippi. And yeah. So glad that wasn't for me, but yeah, I was born here in 1998. It's a little bit upscale. Actually kind of reminds me of some places I saw when I was in California, but the Midwest. So, lived here for a couple of years with my folks. And they brought me sort of further into Wisconsin. Into well, just outside of a place called River Falls. Let's see, Ellsworth, that's what it's called. Yeah, it's like this, or at the time it was this single street. Oh boy. Holy shit. The first thing I can remember is visiting the park right down here when I was a small child. No idea what all those sirens are. Oh shit! Ah, it's another childhood memory. That boat right over there used to, and apparently still does, go up and down the Mississippi, take people on a little like 1 or 2 day cruise. I used to call it the pizza cruise. I don't know what they call it now. At least my family did. Whew. The closer we get to the river, the colder it is. Naturally. So I was promised that one day I'd get to go on that. I haven't really gotten to. I should go back to the car. It's warm. Yeah. Let's see. Right up there, where all those lights are. That's that, park. This cold front is no joke. My thin blood is, though, and weak heart from poor circulation. Well, it's occurring to me the camera probably isn't doing well picking up anything in these low light conditions. Between that and the cold, kind of torpedo is my original idea. What my original idea was start traveling on Friday morning, retrace my original steps, which would have been up and down hills along the sort of fjord-looking cliffs on the southwestern corner of Wisconsin. Stop in a couple of cities, show you why I recommend not visiting Minnesota, walk around a city called Dubuque in Iowa, which is genuinely a beautiful place. It's like something lifted straight out of a fantasy novel. I ran out of gasoline and money. Spent quite a bit of time there myself. I tell you, that place is pretty incredible. Right now, though, just hoping I found like a restaurant that's open. There's a bar. Yeah, there's a bar. Ugh. Probably closed, though. I'm also thinking I should remember to bring gloves. See, there's the bandstand. Remember that. Statue BLM hasn't gotten to yet. There's the old train bridge. Let's see here. Let's see what's on the map. Well, I guess I'll find someplace with an open bathroom, get back on the road, head to County F, it looks like. Maybe I'll keep going. Turn the camera on when I get something interesting. Yeah, well, public bathrooms are closed for the season, which is a thing they do here because you want homeless people to freeze to death so I don't have to worry about them. Not very progressive, but it is highly pragmatic. It's that good old German practicality for you. Ooh, boy, it's cold. No, I think I'm having trouble remembering where that park was. Which makes sense, because I was last here when I was like, what, 4 years old? No, we left when I was 3 years old. Well, gonna keep walking for a bit. Keep seeing what I see. I think should be opening up here in a few minutes to a half hour, so I guess I'll get some breakfast as soon as that happens. Yeah, this place is pretty much just a colder version of shoot, I don't know what it's called. Santa Barbara, I think. The spot where I saw the Pacific Ocean for the first time. Yeah. Bunch of rich faggots. Didn't really like it. Yeah. Guess that's motion activated. Alright, well. Talk to you again next time there's something to see, I guess. Oh. I tell you, I don't know what kind of world we're living in where, just respectable man has to fucking kiss in a river because no one wants to go to work on time anymore. Yeah. Apparently, that is the park that I remember from my childhood. I replaced it with buildings. Where's that song go? Anyway. It's like 5 a.m. I don't know why no one's awake. Yeah. Whatever the reason. And damn, that is a nice... Is that a Jeep? Is that a Suzuki? No, that's a Jeep. Damn. Maybe I'll knock on his door. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Guess I'll gonna see what's serving food at 05. And get back on the road. Oh, sunrise over the Mississippi. Yeah. Tailgated for like a good few country miles with some fucking retard. Figure out that my wiped out 25-year-old economy car couldn't get more than 60 some miles an hour. So it's okay though. You know, I have $500 more at the beginning of every month than I do at the previous month. Just to say I save $500 a month. So a new car costs about 60 grand. I'll be able to afford one in just another 15 years. So, yeah. I mean, you know, assuming that a U.S. dollar stops devaluing at an alarming rate, nothing ever costs more, and I don't have to spend a large amount of money on anything ever again. Yeah. Thinking about republicanism on the way down. Yeah. To be honest with you, not a fan. Let's see if I can find some place that's serving breakfast. Well, what I think of republicanism is well, our current republic isn't terribly competently led. It's not well run. It's not well managed. People who live in it can barely get by. It only gets worse and worse. It's because republicanism isn't a republic isn't a person, it's a system. If we lived under a king or an emperor, I could say, well, my life isn't pleasant, and I have no possible way of making it better, but maybe once our current ruler dies, my life will improve. But a republic, is just a kleptocracy made up of blessed few people managed to bite and claw their way to the top before the mob realized they weren't like them. For some reason, People tend to conflate democracy with freedom. Fact is, not only are the two not related, they have nothing to do with each other. Under any sort of king or emperor, people just kind of do whatever the hell they want, provided they pay taxes. Under a republic, you're damned to obey every stupid law some idiot comes up with, usually for their own betterment, sometimes just because they want to see the world burn. I can't name an actual monarchy or empire where fighting other citizens was as looked down upon as it is here and now. The thing is, in every other mode of government, the people are more of an asset to the ruler. In an empire, or in a republic, people are incidental. People are just like the seething, faceless, formless mass that you rise out of. In an empire, you want your people to generally be healthy because you don't measure your wealth in terms of just what's in your treasury. Or good rulers don't, and because when the ruler of a non-democratic system dies, they get replaced and the entire system changes. There's always the chance of you getting a good ruler. When you install a republic, once the system is solidified into a mature state, it no longer changes, ever. You're not ruled by a person or even a committee of people. You're ruled by just a self-perpetuating system which thrives and encourages grift and misery. Because those are the only two things that a republic needs to actually succeed and stay healthy. A well-run republic is not a healthy republic at all. If everyone's happy and left alone to do their own thing, eventually you'll have people forming up into just normal governments of their own. People will naturally gravitate towards a traditional figure of leadership rather than continuing to rely on a council that makes its decisions based on mob consensus, not necessarily on reason. A republic which is in a perpetual state of collapse and crisis is a republic which will sustain itself indefinitely. As long as people are hungry, frightened, and unable to speak out without angering the majority to the point where they risk imprisonment or death, that republic will continue forever. Because that state of crisis is what drives people to put more faith in majority consensus. And the fact is, that's a very, very powerful system. Because, once again, it's not a person, it is just a system. The United States does not have a president, a Congress, making decisions. The United States is just a couple of pieces of paper being shuffled between filing cabinets forever. What faces we choose to put on it make absolutely no difference whatsoever. The system self-perpetuates. Because as soon as you install a republic, it will naturally, almost through a process similar to evolution, it will naturally gravitate towards generating poverty and increasing the extent to which other people are at the mercy of each other. From this will tend to arise a certain type of bureaucrat who will tend to perpetuate that system. It may take decades, it may take centuries. Eventually, that dynamic will become established to where you have something that can't be destroyed through bombings or assassinations, because it just isn't people, it is the whole thing. If every single member of the United States government was wiped out today and new people took over tomorrow, then the fact is the pre-existing procedures, which have been set in stone over the almost 3 centuries now that the United States of America has existed, would still cause them to act a certain way. Grift would still be incredibly easy in a system in which no one is held accountable by a central figure. There are no real consequences for accepting bribes. You can be sent to trial, and from there you can be sent to prison, but if there's no one central figure deciding, what is and isn't acceptable, then eventually the majority consensus of the people who take bribes will have to be the people who are in power, will shift towards bribery being absolutely acceptable, and no one will even see a trial, let alone prison. So if the entire U.S. government were just killed off and replaced, the new government would behave exactly the same way, because, you see, the government itself doesn't change, just the people in it. It's like a republic is like a spirit which possesses the people who are part of its machinery. Where a kingdom or an empire has bureaucrats, it also has a central authority figure who governs or causes for his state to be governed according to his own wishes. And unlike a republic, an authoritarian system thrives on happiness and prosperity. Because an authoritarian government doesn't necessarily need to fear people making their own decisions. It only needs to fear people making decisions which go directly against the wishes of that central governing figure. So, for the most part, under a king, a farmer can run his farm however he wants, a factory owner can run his factory however he wants, and you can build your house wherever and however you want, out of whatever materials you want, no one gives a shit. Under a republic, because the system needs to be constantly reinforced by adding new laws, by making majority consensus more and more powerful and more compelling, you have things like you have things like building codes, you have worker protection laws which may be somewhat overzealous, you have farms being governed by the government to where they can only farm certain crops, you have, that's not how that works. Look, I could be a pretty good political thinker, I just don't think I can give you concrete examples. A republic has to constantly reinforce its own legitimacy by giving the common citizen greater liberty to remove the liberty of other citizens. An authoritarian state doesn't have to do that, unless it's part of its founding ideology, as it is with China and with North Korea, and formerly with the Soviet Union. But that wasn't necessarily a dictatorship, that was dictatorship by committee. actually, I suppose Stalin's Soviet Union would actually be a good example of that, where you have a founding ideology which forces the authoritarian to micromanage the lives of individual people and to instill a constant sense of fear. Without that ideology, look what North Korea is doing right now. It's legalizing its black market economy. It's moving more towards a state of openness. It's taken the military off of, just the entire priorities list. It's just shifted it down to maybe the top 2 spots on the 5-spot list of priorities for its economy. Because it is de facto no longer a communist state. It ceased to be so in the process of recovering from its famine, when it began sending workers overseas, when it started accepting foreign currency in larger and larger amounts. Since it's no longer a communist state, its leaders therefore no longer have to maintain that fiction by attacking anyone who governs their lives according to non-communist ideals. So, you see with North Korea, this thawing, because the North Korean government is not actually threatened by people making money and making decisions for themselves. The only thing that would threaten the North Korean government right now is if its people began to make decisions contrary to what its leader wanted. I should turn the camera around. That's not gonna work. Anyway, yeah, we're just past the town of Stockholm. Welcome to the fjords of Wisconsin. Yes, there are legitimately fjords in Wisconsin. Very pretty. I'm glad we came up to him just as the sun was rising. Yeah, there are actually even... Yeah. Actually, I kind of wish I had had the camera on earlier when we were passing through some of the other towns along the river. I mean, there are towns that are just cut right into the cliffs. I love places that have to sort of work around the geometry of where they're built. I think it not only makes a more interesting place to kind of be in, I think it can also make a place which is more livable. I mean, look at all these shithole towns that are built in Iowa or Nebraska or wherever, where you have all this massive expanse of flat land, but with no central defining feature to force an area to sort of build around. You just kind of get this listless blob. I think it makes your oh shit, are we going to Minnesota? Yeah, we are. I think we are. Fuck. Yeah. Well. Oops. Actually, fun fact, this is exactly what happened to me 3 years ago. Near enough. I was coming up from the other way, and bought a bad road map. Said that the place where we're about to go is actually in Wisconsin. It was not. It's in Minnesota. And when we get there, I'll show you why that's a very, very bad thing. Right now, in case we end up in Minnesota, I don't know where this road actually goes. I need to go ahead and find my gun. Yeah, if you ever see this, you fucked up. This is like the Black Gates of Mordor. You kind of go through a couple of miles of swamp before you get in here. Minnesota is known by a lot of its residents as Little Somalia. You might say, well, that's weird. I mean, Somalia doesn't seem like a cold wasteland, but the reason it's called Little Somalia is because Minnesota was settled primarily by Swedes. It's weird. I don't know how this happened. It sounds like I'm joking. I'm not. It just happens. Apparently, wherever you put Swedish people, they must also bring in people specifically and almost only from Somalia. And then they must give these people unfettered access to firearms while removing their own right to bear arms, resulting in massive criminal hives, which just aren't pleasant to deal with. So, we're going to go ahead and turn around here as quickly as possible and go back to a state which is not Minnesota. Last time I was here, I actually was almost carjacked and tried to shoot a man twice in the chest with an AK. Stock got in the way, otherwise would have gotten him. Don't need to go into that. Don't go to Minnesota. Seriously, fucking don't. It's crazy. Like the Wisconsin side of the Mississippi, beautiful. All white people, prosperous farms, new cars or well-maintained old cars, Oktoberfest, fucking all sorts of fun stuff. You go over to Minnesota, it's just crumbling brown brick buildings, and just a shit ton of crime. It's absolutely insane. Hey, here's a fun fact. The Somalians who were originally brought into Minnesota literally did not understand the concept of central heating. They were apparently actually incapable of it. So, whenever they were brought into Minnesota and given free housing, not free, housing at taxpayer expense, they would tear up anything burnable, make a pile out of it, and set it on fire to keep warm through the winter. Eventually, Minnesota just gave up trying to teach them how to use their heating controls on the wall, and they just gave them more winter clothes and stopped handing them anything burnable. Because if you hand anything that can be set on fire to a Somalian, he will burn it in the winter. I think that some of the places they're building for these people now actually have the heating set to come on automatically in the winter, so they don't set the place on fire to keep warm. Kind of funny, actually. Unless you happen to be there. Don't go to Minnesota. Now, every gas station in Minnesota is, you can't go inside of the gas station. Or all the gas stations I've seen. Fast food places in Minnesota actually have to have, like, half-inch thick perspex. And they have to, like, hand you your food and stuff through a little sliding metal tray. And, the food service industry in Minnesota has a higher casualty rate than combat infantry in Afghanistan. Well, I shouldn't say casualty, I mean death rate. You are more likely to be shot and killed working at a McDonald's in fucking Waukesha or wherever than you are cleaning up IEDs. And just don't go to Minnesota. Like, I cannot state that enough. God, it's just awful there. You know what's even worse? They call themselves the lands of 1,000 lakes. They don't even have 1,000 lakes. They actually have significantly fewer lakes than Wisconsin does. The lakes they do have are tiny and shitty. Moreover, they don't have these magnificent fjords. So, yeah, seriously, don't. Just stay east of the Mississippi. Breakfast was good, I have to say. Man. Ordered a corned beef hash. I think they actually poured out the whole can of corned beef. Ooh, boy. Yeah. You know, I've always meant to climb up, yeah, so there's two bluffs called Twin Bluffs, right? Kind of self-explanatorily, but there's just two bluffs, right? There's a cave at the top of one of them. Always meant to climb up there. maybe I'll do that. Not now, because they're already behind me. I've already, you know, driven on. Oh yeah, this entire area was settled by Swedes and other various Norsemen. So there are farms that were carved into all these bluffs. It's just the coolest thing. The best ones are down along the way that we're going. Yeah, no, every now and again you'll just see these little colorful homes. And the people who got here a few hundred years ago, or just the 100 years ago, most of them, just walked up there by hand, cleared out the trees, then dug out a place for the house to go. Kind of neat. To be honest with you, I have no idea what these people even farmed. I think most of them have always been ranchers. But, yeah. I'm trying to film. I'm going to go off the road. Alright, so, I'll get back to you in a bit. You guys keep missing, like, all the best views. Like, back there-ish. I don't know if my wrist is going around far enough for you to see. Like, that is a scenic vista. Fuck. There we go. Look, Ma, no hands. Yeah. Well, yeah, so I'll go ahead and open the camera back up again once you've missed another good view. Fuck. Yeah, maybe just in time to catch me killing myself by driving into oncoming traffic. Okay. I mean, these are some real nice fucking cliffs. Look at all the caves in that fucker. I don't know if I'm filming it. I can't tell. There's a lot of caves up there, and it's cool as shit. I kind of want to climb it. You know, I actually got into a bit of trouble in California for doing that. Just going north along the PCH, most of the way towards San Francisco. Hold off a bit to go sleep for the night. When I woke up in the morning, boy, there were just these gigantic cliffs made entirely out of sand. And first thing I did, of course, you know, I put on my boots. Second thing I did was I climbed up that cliff. And, well, you know, that was not an easy 50 feet to climb. Well, maybe 70, maybe 80 feet. Not easy to climb up. But boy, howdy, was it rewarding. Of course, then after that, I was trespassing on someone's avocado farm, and it took me a good hell of a long time to get down. Actually, it was such a difficult climb up. It was literally just compacted sand, those hills. So I couldn't climb back down without falling to my death. So what I did there was I just kind of walked along, hopped a couple of fences, and then walked down along an access road. Boy, that was like the whole day gone right there, and I forgot to bring any water with me because I thought I was going to be right back down, but nah, yeah. Boy, that was a good one, though, I tell you. Right, so, yeah. We got a lock and dam there. You know, just want to point out, if someone wanted to cripple the United States, really eliminate it as a country, all one would have to do is blow all the dams and bridges along the Mississippi, and the United States would effectively cease to exist. Just kind of pointing that out there. And yes, my Uper accent has gotten stronger. I didn't speak to other people as a child. I didn't really get to. So, as a result, I kind of absorb the accents of anyone I speak to, which is also why I sound weird when I haven't spoken to anyone for a while. I just genuinely don't know what people sound like. It's not really... Yeah, anyway. This is called Alma. This town. It's called the Corps of Engineers. I just drove into a pothole. Yeah, so... Alright, never mind, I missed the view. Fuck. Yeah, see those people? They're all afraid of me because I've been driving erratically. Apparently, you know, drifting from side to side in your lane like this, you know, tends to make other people nervous. Yeah. Well, anyway. Alright, well, if all goes well, probably gonna be getting a nice Mark V Continental eventually. I don't know, I just saw it along the side of the highway. Actually, stopped here for fucking directions 3 years ago. Yeah. Here's my dream car. Sad as fuck. Not that one, not that one specifically, not even that specific edition. Like, I want a Cartier. Like a Mark 4 or 5, yeah, it is Mark 5. Mark 5, no, that is Mark 4. Fuck, what was the big one? Yeah, whichever one was bigger. The Cartier edition. Ideally with less rust. But yeah, no. Yeah, I'm gonna get a phone call, hopefully on Monday. If it's within my price range of like a couple $100, it's just gonna be my car from now on. So, for the sake of your own future entertainment, you better hope that he calls me and says, yeah, you know, it doesn't run, just give me $300, you can take it. Because, man, that'd be like content forever. Yeah, anyway. God damn it, grab a boat. Camera when you turn on quick enough. Damn it. Yeah, well, I mean, boy, I mean, you've been missing some good roads too, I gotta tell you. Yeah, you know, here's a fun Wisconsin fact. Every roller coaster design company in the world has to pay royalties to Madison, because they just went ahead and they just ripped the whole concept off from our roads. Seriously. Like, one of my favorite things about this state is like going out to drive at night. You like come to this point where the road just kind of twists down away from you, and you just kind of like fall down. You're just like making these massive drastic turns. Tires are chirping, you just can't see, and the road's just twisting down away from you in this just dark, inky corkscrew, and like your ears pop as you just descend 200 feet, and you're like, oh, hey, that was fun, let's do that again. It's like, and I gotta tell you, the best driving roads in the fucking country are in the state. You might have to search for them, but come to any part of Wisconsin with hills, you'll find at least one good driving road. And, you know, you might be killed in a head-on collision with me because, you know, yeah, well, anyway, let's see, where's the next point of interest? Well, let's see, not until we hit, what, Winona, I think it's called? Yeah, wherever it is. Okay, actually I was wrong earlier. It was Winona that I accidentally went to. The first time I accidentally went to Minnesota and almost got carjacked. I say almost got carjacked, there was no almost about it, you know, I mean, fucking point a gun at someone, they run. Yeah, no, the first time I accidentally went to Minnesota and someone tried to carjack me, I should say. Yeah, Winona. Some maps apparently, for some reason, say it's in Wisconsin, or at least the ones that I've sometimes seen have sometimes. It's not in Wisconsin. Don't go to Winona. It's a crap hole. Seriously, don't fucking go there. Can't emphasize that enough. Alright, well, get some fun sights coming in. Let's see, there was a cool steam train parked up. There was some cool sort of burger punk dystopia stuff. I don't know, drove through the coolest industrial area without bothering to film a bit of it. Well, plenty of sights to see here in wherever the fuck we are. I don't know. Wherever it is. gonna stop and have soda, because otherwise I think I'm gonna pass out at the wheel. Oh, I think I may actually have to turn back because it's a bit after 9 now. Whew. Yeah, so anyway, this is just what all of the Midwest looks like, if you're wondering. Steer with my knee for a minute. There we go. Yeah. Let's just drop by the brewery. Take a look at that. Let's see. Yeah, there's not much around here that's actually interesting to look at. Let's see. Oh, we can look at all the places I tried to apply for jobs way back in the day. Let's see. That's the government building. Let's see. Yeah, no. Not really a place we can stop. Oh, there's a really good burger place. Just had breakfast though. Yeah, don't really know. I don't know. I may just keep the camera on, do a drive-by filming of. Fuck, where am I? It's called what? Is this the cross? Fuck, I don't know. Hey, Richardson Romanesque. Yeah. Yeah, well. Trying to run into any other cars while I'm filming. Oh, wow, that's a cool building. As is that building that's under construction, which I don't know if I can cut on camera. Yeah. No, this is the Midwest, everyone. That's why everyone says it's a shithole. Kind of is. Yeah. Well, let's see here. Gotta say, I kind of like the old style of buildings. It's not an opinion shared by many, I guess, but what do you think they want for that? Probably more than I can pay. So, let's see. Yeah, we'll do a drive-by filming at the brewery, in the little brewery house as we go by. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna stop anywhere. Yeah, I spent a couple of days here walking around applying for jobs. Didn't work out. Yeah, common joke is that I look like I'm writing or telling a manifesto. Well, I actually wrote a manifesto here. Yeah. I was away from home for the first time. Just, yeah, well, basically, you know, I kept a diary on my old travels and wrote things like, who am I? This is what I think. This is what I'm feeling right now. You know, I think I'd like to go to this place. And it turns out, regardless of what you write, the fact that you do write anything is basically, you know, seen as a danger sign and will get you arrested / committed. Yep, brewery house. Old brewery. Thing's like a, what, 150 years old? Yeah. Well, scenic byway starts back up as we head out of the city here. Yep, still remember my way around. Haha. Well, the last time I came around here I was on foot. Yeah. But, you know, I had 1979 Suburban, the built 305, and no floor. That had mostly rusted away. I don't know what the seat was attached to. The seat was attached to something. So it's just a seat. It was just, you know, a seat, an engine, and a four-wheel drive system. It was lifted and it had an aftermarket tachometer. Speedo didn't work though. No exhaust either, so I had to roll down the window and drive with my head sticking out, or I'd suffocate. Sounded great though. I had great fun, you know, when I wasn't being extremely cold or hungry or just, you know, despairing at just life in general. I think I actually want to turn there. Not sure. Anyway, probably gonna have to turn back because it's just taking me way too long to get down there. I should have made this 3-day thing. Unfortunately, my penny pinching ways just didn't let me. Kind of like how they don't let me get insurance. I don't know. I mean, my workplace actually offers me some pretty good insurance. And, you know, pretty good. It offers me insurance. I just can't make myself spend like $1 out of every paycheck on having insurance, even though I know that, you know, in the long run, it's actually going to be more expensive that way. I just, you know, every time I go to take out health insurance, I just, you know, have a Hollywood-style Vietnam flashback to my mother yelling at a credit card company on the phone because they won't let her apply for another credit card to use to pay off the other 5 fucking credit cards she's already maxed out. And I just go, I don't need health insurance. So, yeah. Actually, I broke my eyeglasses a while back because I don't have vision insurance. It's just ungodly expensive to, you know, make an eye doctor appointment, get some new eyeglasses. I still have contacts. I don't need to. I only have one pair of contacts, and I would only have one contact lens total, if not for the fact that I actually found an extra contact lens that I just kind of forgotten about years ago. I mean, my one contact lens I'm wearing is 4 years old, the other one is probably like 6 or 7 years old. Really, like, that's the only way I can see, by the way, you know. I should probably get on that, but, you know, that costs money, and I don't like spending money. Except on, like, soda pop. Oh. Yeah, there's where I was going to stop. Not a bit hungry, though, so I'm just going to keep driving. Yeah. You know, this city isn't, well, it wasn't too bad when I came through here, but it was already showing some pretty significant rot. I'd recommend maybe coming to visit, but not to stay. Oh. Still got that Cadillac in front of there. Yeah, well, let's see. There are a couple things I want to film going down here, then I'll consider heading back. Let's see. Yeah, the road away from here, through the marsh, in a little town set way on back in the hills. Yeah, by the time we get to Dubuque, it'll probably be time for me to turn around. It's already almost time for me to fucking go to bed. So, yeah, this ain't going well. Yeah, well. Oh god, the scenic byway is probably gonna be fucking crowded because it's like 9:30 a.m. on Saturday. Ah, shit. Well. Yeah, well. Oh yeah, well, hey, look, there's a well. Well, 22 Hotel, actually. Yeah. Alright, well, oh hey, look what that building is. You can sort of see the spire. Looks like a church. Huh. See, I'm kind of stalling turning off the camera because... Oh shit, yeah, I forgot to film the stuff coming into the city. I would have had to, like, go... Yeah. Fuck it. Not turn around. Just gotta keep on going. Oh, holy crap, they still have a Shopko. Wow, I thought Shopko stopped existing. Yeah. Organ harvesting operation ahead on the left. I know that. Or I strongly suspect, at least. Fuck. Okay. Pretty deep in Burgerland here. Saw a 6-door Cadillac, like one of the really shitty North Star ones too. So probably just didn't move. It's a gigantic trailer park over there. Oh yeah, well, in case you forget what state you're in, the world's largest quick trip advert. See here, yeah. I was really impressed with, not so much with that stuff, but I was really impressed with this road leading out of the city. Just kind of think it looks neat. You ignore the horrifying suburban sprawl. God, I hate suburbs, honestly. I really do. They somehow manage to be worse than living in a city or living out of a city in like a really shitty way either. Yeah. Don't like it. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, it's that lane, Guadalupe Shrine. What am I remembering that I'm forgetting to film? Don't know. A lot of that stuff's new. It wasn't there 3 years ago. Some of it was, but it's all built on fucking swampland. All of those houses are just gonna subside into nothingness within a few years. Yet another farm swallowed up by... Yeah. God, it's like the worst place you can possibly build apartments. Which makes no sense. Fucking hell, people. Yeah, well. Yeah, well... Here, I think the drive out is not going to be that charming, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut off the camera again. Shit. I know there's something coming up that I want to film. Just don't remember what it was or where it is, so I don't know if you're gonna miss it. Yeah, so turns out what I was half remembering was the fact that, you know, this entire area is fucking beautiful. So, I'm not going to be able to film all of that. You're going to have to actually come and drive here yourself. Yeah. It's a fun house. Yeah. Got the high score on one of those little flashy how fast are you going signs. You yeah, the sign said speed limit 25. I was doing 55. I mean, you know, honestly, doubt very many people have topped that on that particular sign. So, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm just about passing out. Yeah, I wish I had something to talk about. I know, let's talk about Grand Theft Auto. And I can't turn down the radio at this point because my hands are full and I have a soda pop in my lap. So I'm just going to hope that my voice is being drowned out by all the very many loud things. Yeah, let's talk about fucking Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about GTA. So, I used to play GTA, now I don't. I've noticed that there's like a new online expansion. Yeah. Kind of seems like putting the cart before the horse. I mean, the thing of it is, I'm not really a very big video games guy. I think GTA is probably the, third video game I ever played. So, yeah. Well, what I liked about GTA was there's really nothing much going on. Especially the online part. The online part was like, you know, the Second Life where my actions actually had consequences that benefited me instead of just harming me, you know. The more work I did, the more money I got. It's pretty great. Now, I am of the opinion that the online multiplayer component of the online multiplayer game is actually its weakest part. And I fucking hate other people and I don't like playing online with them. I almost killed that man, and myself. Yeah. Well, don't like playing online. Kinda had to. Fuck. Yeah, I should probably just edit this part out of the video. So, what I think of, yeah, no, should probably just edit this out. No, I gotta fucking push through. What I think of the new update is that it's really kind of, ignoring what they should actually do, which is fix their broken fucking game. I mean, there are still fucking glitches in that game from 7 goddamn years ago they haven't bothered to fix. And they're shoving a new island in, yay, great. Some new heists, a couple of vehicles, like, big fucking whoop. I mean, yeah. Rockstar should actually take stuff out of that game. I mean, here's my just kind of like wish list for a thing that they would add in an update. You know, in order to make the game actually playable. Actually, yeah. Okay, so the only thing I actually did in the game was grinding because I don't have fucking friends. I have none. It's like, it's just me. So, GTA 5 was like a job simulator. And you know, the problem with that is, when I started out, I just ground repo missions until I had enough money to buy a motorcycle clubhouse and cocaine factory thing. From there I went on to cocaine and meth, then onto a bunker, then nightclub. Thought, yeah, I'll have to just cut all this out. This isn't making any sense, because I'm fucking custard mouth. Yeah. I need like a second person here to bounce ideas and just words off of, because otherwise I'm just kind of saying random shit. Yeah, well, I'm out of random shit to say. I don't know. Turn the camera back on when we get to that little town I want to show, like, just someone. Get on film. It's gotta be less impressive in the day, but yeah, should still pretty, you know, probably look pretty cool. If I stopped to film every little strange abandoned shack on some island out in the swamps, just be along the side of the Mississippi forever. But no, what I love about the drive up here is it's just dotted with stuff like this. This little itty bitty backwater fjord where someone's just built a house that has, no, correction, where someone has taken a boathouse and then built a people house on top of it. And how cool is that? Yeah. Ah, and all along the Mississippi you also have all these millionaires who build their houses on the tops of these things. Let's see, yeah, there's another. Ah, and there's another up there. The camera doesn't really give you the sense of scale that you get from actually, pardon me, standing near these things. Oh, and there's an eagle, of course. You know. I actually have one of my videos and not have a bald eagle. Yeah. Alright. Well, on the road again. Oh boy. Yeah, I passed a couple of these before I decided I should probably stop just driving by them, and I should actually film one. So these are little drainage things. I suppose it's kind of obvious, but my car running, so I should probably get right back to it. But the concrete part, this might be somewhat new, but a lot of these stone retaining walls were built as the first road through this area was built. God, that must have been... So, some of these retaining walls were probably WPA projects going back to the 30s. It's pretty neat to think about. Almost as neat as all of this traffic noise. So, off I go. Oh, again, like the bajillionth fucking time. Oh. Right, so it's become tradition for me to break into abandoned buildings everywhere I go, I guess. We're doing that thing. But we're expending very little effort. Because, frankly, I'm tired as fuck. I just want to stretch my legs a bit. Yeah. Well, this place looks like it's locked up tight. Yeah, we may not be doing urban exploration here. Shame. This is a pretty cool looking property. Don't really want to break any windows to get in. Yeah, I was going to shoot a second episode of me shooting that abandoned fucking old people prison. I don't know what is it called? Retirement home. I was going to, but I didn't. I don't know. I just get so little sleep. Most of the time I just find myself not doing stuff. Usually I get about 2 or 3 hours of sleep every weekday. On the weekend I just pass out for 48 hours. I know that makes it sound like I'm on meth. I'm not. I couldn't afford to do meth, even if I wanted to. But, no. Just don't sleep. I've always had trouble with it, actually. Sleeping. It's been, no. When I was a small child, my mom didn't like to, deal with me crying at night. So she'd just feed me melatonin until I went back to sleep. You know, it's all natural, so in her mind, not actually sleeping pills. Turns out, still a very bad idea to feed that to a small child while their brain is still developing. Who knew, right? As a result, just don't go to sleep on my own. You gotta go to sleep. Basically needs to be like actually drugged. So, yeah. On a related note, because this is taking so long, because motel rooms are so ungodly expensive, apparently, I've said that I'm just not going to sleep this weekend, and I'm just going to film straight through the whole thing. Sort of see how that goes. So, next stop is wherever. I don't know. Still trying to figure that out. I mean, I tried to get directions, and, you know, it's naturally not gone well, because, you know, my request for directions began with, so I came through this way 3 years ago, at night, and I turned off this road somewhere, but I don't know where. So, yeah. Well, I'll figure it out. Hopefully. There's snow here, but not up north. It's the craziest thing. You know, I kind of wish I could just like walk around or walk along these tracks. Walking on railroad tracks is like, you know, my second or third favorite hobby after breaking into abandoned buildings and breaking into abandoned buildings, I guess. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll save that for take 2 next weekend or the one after that. For now, back on the road. Oh, fuck. Hey folks, here in Prairie du Chien, just want to let you know, if you were in the market for an M60A1, there is one here for free. You can take it home with you, I asked. Fair condition. The sign said it is A3. I don't think that's correct, because it has the old style rangefinders. But I don't really know. So, you know. Yeah, also here in front of this really cool abandoned building. Probably look like a complete fucking jackass because this is a gigantic veterans memorial and I'm here wearing an ancient ass field jacket. But, yeah, no. And I kind of wonder what this used to be. Old town hall, maybe? Yeah. So there was something specific I was hoping to find along the Mississippi. Which is, well, last time I was through here, I turned off sort of historic road at some point. I don't know where. I saw just this really absolutely gorgeous little town. Don't know what it was called. Didn't really stop. There's a couple of stores, some very old houses. Just built right into the sides of this very steep and deep gorge. Just this absolutely beautiful 19th century community. Absolutely loved it. Kind of wanted to get it on film. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, tank. Oh folks, this is the first time this year I've actually seen this much fucking snow and had it actually, you know, stay on the ground. And of course it's why I'm having a road trip. Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is really I'm not going to be able to just go ahead and pick the camera up and film shit at random anymore. See, like now I need to turn on the windshield wipers and I can't because I'm holding the camera. Yeah. Actually, I can... Oh shit. Motherfucker. God damn it. Ah, yeah, never mind. Now we're good. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, and I got confused here last time too. Ended up taking that road. It's a beautiful road. I recommend the trip, but not actually the correct way to go, I think. Yeah. So, we're just gonna keep going with this and see where it takes us. Yeah, and I guess I will see you. Ooh. Just before we get to Iowa. Because there's some things I have to tell you about Iowa. You know, like, hide your firearms before you go there, because they fucking hate freedom. So, see you before Iowa. Righto, so we're up to the farmland at the top of the bluffs. Now it no longer looks like Norway, more like, I guess, Bavaria. Would be the closest European equivalent to this. Normally there'd be like 3 or 4 feet of snow on the ground at the moment, but, you know, global warming being what it is, evidently not. Okay, well, let's see if I can, no, never mind. Alright, problem solved. So I was gonna like try to pass that guy and there'd become, you know, someone coming around the corner and I'd fucking, yeah. Alright, well, yeah. If you've ever wondered where your wheat, corn, or soybeans come from, it comes from here. No, it does not matter where your wheat, corn, or soybeans come from. They all come from a place that looks exactly like this. Unless they come from Iowa or Nebraska, in which case they come from this place, but completely fucking flat and with no curves in the roads. So, more you know. Oop, understeer. Yeah. Alrighty then. Oh hey, that road is pretty fun. Not gonna take that road though. Yeah, alright. Well, see you next time the train changes, I guess. Unless I have something witty to say before then. So this is not where we were trying to get to, but this is literally the, and this is just the image of small town America, which is kind of cool. What's also really cool is this building right here. So this storefront, not really sure if it actually has a name, but this particular style was somewhat short-lived sort of bringing of German architecture over to the Midwest. I say short-lived because this particular example is actually taken from northern German cities instead of the German countryside. A lot of architecture in the Midwest is more like this building over here, not quite as highly ornamented. Things that were this gaudy were seen as tacky over here. So, you don't often see a building that's quite that ornamented. It's just kind of neat. Don't think it was always painted red though. I think that's more like a recent thing. Right, just want to stop here and point out that A, you should not drive a tiny front-wheel drive ancient Mazda. You know, it hasn't been plowed yet. And B, it's fucking cool. I like that. I don't like the sludge though. Near enough to, oh shit. Shit. I like the sludge. I've nearly wiped out a couple times. So, let's get out of the plow's way. Ugh. Almost missed this. View is actually far better coming over the hill. I have to stop to see wherever the fuck this is. I don't know if that's a courthouse or what, but it's beautiful. Good God. Looks like something straight out of Imperial Germany. Wow. Yeah, we're gonna go and take a look-see at that. Boy. Yeah, I tell you, I love Iron Age architecture. It's like this beautiful blend of what's ornate and beautiful and, you know, awe-inspiring structural feats made possible by the lightness and load-bearing qualities of metal. God, what is that? What is that? Holy shit. You know what it looks like? It looks like that place that communists burnt down. What was that? Fuck, whatever it is. Oh shit! Yeah, almost guaranteed not to be open, whatever it is. So I'm not even gonna bother to go up to it, especially because I just drove up wrong way street. No. That's cool as fuck. Like, all official buildings look like that. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I don't like one-way streets. Yeah. Welcome to Iowa. Sorry, I would have filmed the journey in, but I ran into a 1990 something WRX on the highway. Kind of had like a grudge match thing on the way in here, so I was too busy to film. But you know, I guess I have a little bit of time to walk around. So actually, I don't. Yeah, I don't. So just go get gas and grab a motel room. But yeah, this is probably the least bad looking part of Iowa, is how I would describe it. It's still Iowa, so you know, it's no Wisconsin, but could be worse. Oh, it could be the rest of Iowa. Alright. Okie doke, so I'm checked in at a hotel motel, and the thing is, a couple hours ago my exhaust got real fucking loud, and I've discovered the reason why. It is no longer connected, is the reason why. Yeah. So, you know, that's obviously not good. But, you know, I suppose it could be worse. Don't really need an exhaust. Iowa might, though. The fucking corn Gestapo might do me in for this, so... yeah, not great. Right, we learned today. What a non-productive day it was. Driving. So, any trip down here really does need to be like a 3-day trip. Just had supper at a Mexican place. I asked for steak rancheros. They gave me a whole flank of beef cow and a pound of beans fried in pork grease with cheese on top, like another pound of refried beans. Yeah, well. It's bedtime now, so guess I'll see you tomorrow/tonight, depending on how you look at it. Alrighty, hey ho. So, best thing about hotels. Free Bible. I haven't had one of these since I left the Army, because I forgot the free Bible I got from the Army. So, well, it is Saturday. It is morning. For me. On for everyone else in a half hour, because I slept in. Ready to eat some refried beans and get on the road. Right, so I decided to stop here to get gas. This is actually a roadhouse a few miles outside of Dubuque. I used to walk between here and Dubuque on like a daily basis, which was not pleasant. Actually, I used to live out back when I was still living out of my truck and looking for a job. Today, though, I'm just buying gasoline and some Twinkies. So, let's do that thing. Hey, so funny story I forgot to mention and figured I should maybe not forget. So hotels in Iowa don't actually allow you to like stay in them at all if you're under 21. So when I was here, I had some trouble because, you know, I was 20 years old, wasn't old enough to stay in a hotel. So I had to sleep outside in this weather. Because the temperance movement in Iowa is still going strong, so yeah, can't let people who are under 21 anywhere near an alcoholic beverage, even if a hotel no longer has mini bars. Well, those whole the road to hell is paved with allowing women to vote things. So I figured we'd start from the outside and work our way back in towards the city, but my car is pretty fucked, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to go. I have to do this again. Hopefully when I have an actual car, maybe I'll recruit some cameramen and like a, you know, car that works well. Yeah, I'll have to try this again because this video is gonna, you know, it's gonna suck. So, all right. Figure out he can fucking pass me, you know. Until then, apparently, he's leaving his high beams on. Yeah, welcome to Illinois. My car's on the fucking very edge of just failing. Yeah. Going east for about 2 hours. Eventually I'm going to find a highway that goes north. Just not quite sure when eventually will be. So yeah. Car started doing so badly, I had to just call it quits. Figured if I left right then, I'd still be able to get back to Eau Claire in time for me to get to work tonight, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that. I guess that's the end of the video. You know, I have to try the whole road trip thing again at some point. I don't know, maybe when I buy a new car in 15 to 20 years. Right, update. I am actually navigating by the stars. Road signs in Wisconsin could do with a little bit of north, south, east, west. And as it turns out, I'm actually closer to Madison than I am to Eau Claire. And this car is well and truly on its last fucking legs. It's having trouble getting above 30 miles an hour, but this little fucker just refuses to die. Honestly, for a vehicle with a designed life expectancy of 5 years, it's doing pretty well. Yeah, I'm not sure where I am, not sure where I'm going. I have at least about another 6 hours of driving ahead of me. Well, once again, navigating actually by the stars. No other way of telling which way is which until the sun rises. I'm just trying to go north and northwest as best I can. So, yeah. Oh yeah, I also got pulled over a while back. Apparently, frightening enough that I gave acid reflux to a sheriff's deputy, but you know. Yeah. Okay, so now we're actually off course, because you see that's the North Star over there. We're actually heading north by northeast, which is not the right way. I will figure this out. All roads lead to some sort of river. Don't know which one, though. Yeah, I don't know. I remember saying at one point, I once considered trying my hand at graphic novel. Actually, somewhat similar to how I had intended that to start. So, you know. I'm just saying, you know, if there is some sort of higher power at work here and they have a sense of humor, there's about to be body horror and gratuitous gore. So, yeah. Yeah, car's completely fucking knackered. Right front wheel is actually about to come off. I have to keep it real slow, and I'm having to be real careful with the steering wheel, because otherwise it just shakes back and forth. It's been fucking hours I've been on the road. Still not really sure where I am, and the stars are starting to leak out. So, who knows? I just want to say, you know, definitely entering Silent Hill now. So, yeah. Well, for some reason this is really putting me in the mood for like a Blue Oyster Cult sing-along. I don't know. The season for that passed a couple months ago, actually, but, you know, nonetheless. He's got the cure. Yeah, no, probably. Pretty sure that me singing is actually specifically prohibited by the Geneva Convention, but, yeah. Oh, shit, what's that say? North? Fuck. Hold up. Alright, let's turn around. Yeah, see, that's what I say. Oh, yeah, that feels wrong. Oh, God. Yeah, this little shit heap is far more durable than it has any right to be. Okay, let's keep heading north. Love these, you know, just empty county highways at night. Usually I prefer to be in a car that can do more than 30. But, you know, it's still kind of neat. Still don't know how much this camera is picking up. Still sorry I couldn't show you guys around Butte. I mean, you know, for a couple of reasons. You might wonder why I seem like I'm a little bit on edge at all times. It's because I'm used to living my life one just misstep away from disaster. And this weekend, I happened to make the wrong bet. See, I bet that I would be able to just take a fun little road trip over the weekend. You know, give you like a story-based snapshot of my former life. Walk you around some interesting places, you know, climb a mountain, blah blah blah, walk along railroad tracks, and increase my viewership and possibly monetize my channel to pay for repairs to this car. Instead, what's happened is, because this car began to fail, I couldn't stick around in order to film anything, which has resulted in a bad video, and also me, you know, probably no longer having a car, which also means I'm out of a job, because I kind of need to be able to get to work in order to do work. So I'm not 100% sure on what all I'm going to do there. I really don't know if I'm even going to make it back, because I have to get this thing off the road before other people start driving around. So it's 6 o'clock-ish, but in daylight savings time world, it's 5 o'clock-ish. I hate daylight savings time. It's a dumb idea. It's a dumb idea in 1918. It's a dumb idea now. I'm fucking cranky as hell because, you know, haven't eaten yet today. Oh God. Oh, yep, that wheel is definitely not. Actually, I kind of fixed it. Alright, well, I'm going to try 40 miles an hour. So, additional update, I figured out what's wrong. And the shaking is from the steering linkage of my car, which has actually gotten bad enough to where I can't drive it at any speed without it, you know, threatening to tear the whole front end apart. But I have found out that there is enough of the steering linkage left that as long as I just constantly feed it these gigantic, slow, you know, directional changes, the wheel will constantly be realigned with the direction that the car is actually traveling. So, you know, if I don't do that, so, yeah. Yep. Halfway there. It's been like 7 or 8 hours I've been on the road. Halfway there. Just another 7 or 8 hours. Except, of course, I can't do this while there are other people on the road. So, I guess it's just however far I get in the next 2 or 3 hours. Yeah. So, yeah. Fucking hell. So let's assume it does take me just another 7 hours. And I actually managed to, you know, keep this up for 7 hours without being arrested. Let's see. Yeah. So I get back in time to be late to go to bed, which isn't really that big a deal because I usually only sleep about 2 hours anyway. Getting back in time to go to bed would be just getting back in time to, just, you know, stare at the ceiling for 8 hours, but yeah, no, certainly I'll probably get back in time for work, so that's good. Yeah. I have to switch arms here. That might be the way I need to go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put the camera down here. So it turns out the faster I go, the fewer steering corrections the smaller the steering corrections I need to make in order to get the wheels straight. Oh man, I just fucking blew through a town doing 50 with no control whatsoever. I haven't had this much fun driving, God, since my first truck. Fucking hell. Yeah. Sun's just about up though, so that means there's about to be quite a few people on the road going to church. So probably gonna have to stop and put her down. Yeah, the plan has been updated from try to get into the driveway so I can sell it, or well, try to get into the driveway so that I can look it over on Monday and see if it's worth trying to rebuild it, or just selling it for scrap as soon as the scrapyard's open Monday. Yeah, it's no longer the plan. It's been updated to try to get as close to Eau Claire as possible, so that when there are too many vehicles on the road for me to drive this without fucking killing someone, so that when it gets to that point, I can just call up a scrapyard in Eau Claire, have them come pick it up, and also drop me off at home at the same time. So, you know, not going great, not going terribly, you know. Probably not going to make it, but I'm sure as hell going to try. So, yeah. Might also just fucking pile drive just face first into a semi. You know, that's also cool. Oh, hey, the Baraboo River. Yeah, I know where I am. Yeah, alright. Well, let's hope I don't T-bone someone's there coming out of their side street here. Yeah, so road trip, I'd rate it like a 3 out of 10. Honestly, it's not great. Yeah, maybe a 4 out of 10. Honestly, it's not that bad either. It's not the worst I've ever had. Yeah, right. At least I didn't get arrested this time. Okie dokie. Well, I will see you as close to Eau Claire as I get, I guess, wherever that happens to be. Alright, folks, end of the road. Not gonna try and drive it through another town. It's just gotten too fucking sketchy. Let's see how close I got. And, well, you know what? It's not great. Right, so I'm gonna go find some locals and ask them if they have any scrap yards around here. Maybe a cup of coffee. Oh.